fucking drunk right now.
Yeah, we've had
So
like three or four shots, so... Anyway, the
What do you
stream has
think?
started.
the
Welcome once
stream
again to
started.
Chaos Conversation. I am Neo Extreme alongside Tony Lee Williams,
What's up,
David
bitches?
Cassidy, and our
Go
guest at
fuck
this time,
yourself.
the first ever NCW Hall of Famer DJ Young, the X Factor, and leader of the Bloody Impact. Welcome.
Fuck you. That's I disrespect whatever I want.
Yeah, totally.
Damn.
Yeah, we couldn't. We just couldn't get into Tony's strip
Hey,
club because
get
the
your
Bullshit.
prices
bitch
got
ass,
hiked
get
up.
your big bitch ass back on the fucking table. We're drinking.
Alright,
All right, I guess we should continue with the
decided-
questions, right?
well,
we
I kind of
decided to
deleted
meet
the
at
first
Neo's
part of it, so I think
nightclub.
we gotta go with the whole fucking redo.
Oh, okay.
And
well,
DJ, try to answer better this time.
All right. It started, right? It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
on,
yeah.
right?
We're all just drinking
Okay.
on stream.
Drinking. Yep, we're all
We
alcoholics.
decided to meet at Neo's nightclub because
I'm-
Tony's charging too much for his strip club now.
So I'm definitely gonna black out
Pussy.
in a little bit.
Well, then still drinking
I
for a
guess-
bit.
Okay. DJ, were you in any other companies before NCW? Mm-hmm.
Mainly Diz.
Okay. Okay. So after you got into NCW, how did you feel in your debut?
Angel Senior and Aaron Crimson. Yeah. But I was gonna say the very next episode you had your singles debut where you beat the #1 contender for the world heavyweight title, or the world championship back then. So maybe it was just an experience factor getting in that ring. Maybe it was nerves. Maybe gotta try to run you around the rings for a bit. Just like, hey, let's see how you do in a main event level on your own. That's why it maybe didn't tag you in all that time. Ah, fair enough. That's what I'm saying. That he didn't tag you out or whatever. But it was an experience factor at the main event level, which you
I blacked
ultimately.
out, guys.
And,
I blacked out.
we lost our interviewer. He's gone.
Shit.
I guess I'm running this thing now.
But either way, pretty much we'll get on to that. You at the main event level later on in the interview. Tony,
Yeah.
second question. Once you
No, that was the second question.
I'd like to ask a question.
All right,
Actually,
so-
I have one.
Go ahead, David.
DJ, what was the first championship in NCW that you were truly interested in getting your hands on?
Ooh, not the first title that you won, but the first title that you wanted.
Yeah.
Interesting question.
There he goes.
Well,
I can't answer the question. I just
DJ.
passed the fuck out.
Guess
There
down.
goes DJ. I'm back.
Bleh.
hold on.
He had to go AFK. Tony did.
He's playing the character of him being passed out
Well,
in a fucking toilet somewhere.
Yeah, you're answering my question anyway, DJ. It's all right.
Because like Diz was messing with the U.S. title, and you were messing, and Gutter was the world champion. Not sure what Jeez was doing at that time, but lost a lot. I think he went on like a 12-match losing streak from his debut.
Jesus. I think we should all go down to the DJ.
Party, party, party!
All right, continue with the interview. Yeah. Dumbass.
Hey.
What about it, eh? Some club.
Oh, yeah. Hold on, let me get the questions out. Okay, so question 3: how was it competing in the first All-Star tournament?
For at that time, it was a elimination tournament for the vacant world heavyweight title. So basically, you just get into NCW, competing for the world title, so to speak.
This is a good party. I didn't know you party like this in LS.
How that make you feel to be one of the top 16?
Here we go.
Also, that was a bloody match between you and Andy Cox. Even though in defeat, it definitely did put you on the map.
Tony, what the fuck are you doing?
Thank you, ugly motherfucker.
God. Just standing there. Oh, wait. Oh, shit.
And then I'm pretty sure right after the All-Stars tournament was the #1 contendership for the light heavyweight title for Chaos Mania 1. Well, I think you got the pinfall on Andy Cox in that match.
Good times. Good times.
Still here in season 4. Extra question, just for the hell of it. Do you ever see yourself teaming up with Andy Cox to go for the live tag titles?
Or just the tag titles in general?
Probably live tag titles over the world tag titles, because he's got Marco and Eric Lopez on those. Oh, he wants to get along with you all night long. Feel the fear.
All right, so that kind of goes into the next question. What was your first Chaos Mania like? And then how did you feel competing against Lucha Rainbow?
For the light heavyweight title. 5-time light heavyweight champion. Just wait until he comes back.
All good?
Also, Tony, you are way too close to DJ right there. You're like melting into him.
Yeah,
I was waiting for you guys to realize that, man. Come on.
Just like the fuck, he's like humping him.
Yo, why are we in this club dancing this close?
Why are you?
Oh shit.
Oh, let's go back
right.
to the counter or some shit, or that lounge area.
No, fuck that. Let's go do something else. Question 5. How did it feel being at the top of the light heavyweight division?
See you soon. What's going on?
I think you at that time were only 215 or something.
Sup, boss? Drink there, boss? Keeping it simple, nice. Shoot! Later, boss.
You're the boss. Alright, you lightweight, Tony, you've had enough.
Fuck off. I'm drinking until I die.
Anyway, as those two rivals, Andy Cox, Drew Kennedy, they were both able to end your reign as light heavyweight champion, but you were able to get your title back in your rematch clause. So did you feel threatened that there could have been someone else in the division that could have taken your title away that you couldn't have haven't gotten it back from? Blame David on that one. also the threat of Lucha Rainbow coming back to the Junior Heavyweight Championship, Light Heavyweight Championship after his injury and after moving up to the main event level, the Champion of Champions title. So you were basically also defending your title against the former world champion. That was a fatal four-way. I wish we got to see you, Drew, Lucha, and Andy. Well, Drew's kind of gone right now, so. Basically saying you couldn't handle the pressure of being on the top level. Or they were going to get hurt. Well, he walked out with... Oh, he got carried out with a championship. That's pretty much what you could say. Obviously. But that injury is what set off this whole dark persona from him.
I'm out.
Oh god, you blacked out with your eyes open. It was terrifying to look at. You're just like, what have I done with my life?
Alright, should I get to the next question?
Yeah.
I actually have a question real quick.
Oof.
Go ahead.
Another one.
You've done like 3 in a row. Yeah, so everyone, at least in my opinion, everyone has that one guy that they absolutely have to beat. Like, they have something to prove to, you know. DJ, for you, who was that guy? Who is the guy in NCW that you had to beat, like, to prove it to yourself that you could beat them?
I honestly feel it
person.
had to be a Spike Masters because you're like, this is the biggest mountain I've had to climb. Can I actually get over it? And this is, like, what was it? Your third title defense as world champion? Yeah. Well, Spike cost you the first win of season 3. You're gonna look like an idiot. But that's the thing, you called him out. That means you had to prove something against him.
We should leave the club.
I wouldn't say that.
I'd say veterans, not kings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the club's open,
I mean, I definitely am.
I mean, yeah, I've been there since season 1. It was like halfway through season 1, I think. I debuted at Revolution.
In a battle royal.
So yeah, this will be my 4th year in a row.
Okay, should I move on, or you got more? Oh, go ahead, Kim Phillips. Okay.
Hmm. I mean, you guys did fight again over the hardcore title, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah. Who the fuck? Where the fuck is my car? You took my car.
Next time you should put locks on your car, man. Oh yeah. Okay, let's move on. So question 7: what was it like teaming with Seth Goldman and then becoming tag champions? Will you? No.
Oh my god. Mm-hmm.
Well, before he became the Darkness, he was all about the gold.
Holy shit!
All right.
That's how he did it. That wasn't really the story behind it.
Just carry on. Carry on. Carry on. Fuck what Dio says.
And that kind of brought in that new dark persona of Seth that kind of made him like one of your ultimate rivals.
Little shit.
Okay, well that was kind of question 8. So question 9: how was it joining Death Club and then challenging for the IC title? Ooh. Fucking hell. Uh-huh.
I mean, Seth Godin did come up with the Kings of Darkness. That's because the juniors, the light heavyweight dropped down to the 205 limit we know today. Yep, hiya. What about the mid card? Yeah, he just got off a feud with Dylan Nyrock. Oh, he was in the middle of the feud with Dylan Nyrock, going into the Elimination Chamber. I don't know whether you're trying to bury Ramirez or treat him as a motivational factor.
He does that himself.
I'm hearing.
What?
I was hearing robots out of DJ's mic.
Oh.
Doesn't everyone, bud?
Yeah, we just left David.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, it is? Thought it was a four-seater. Whatever. Shit.
Well, technically it was 3 veterans because you had Tommy A. Hawkins be a part of the group.
Thanks, DJ. Thanks.
Tommy was in NCW before either of you.
And he was trash.
He was a 2-time tag champion, so we thought he had the experience factor with Cody and Joey.
Trash.
Actually, you feuded with Tommy over the tag team titles.
Trash. And I'm still here. Oh, hold up, you're jumping questions now, man.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll just continue, because that just leads into the next question about Caviar Connection.
Kind of, yeah. It's just basically a recall on your career.
I gotta ask him at least.
Sure.
But we did miss we did miss something though. So question 10, what did you think of your feud with Corvo and Eddie Knight? Yeah, that was something we missed.
Corvo Jack, just like you, he was a former light heavyweight champion, trying to find his way in the heavier weights. And then break your bones. But the difference between you and Corvo Jack is he never put on that weight that you did to stay toe-to-toe with the heavyweights.
Oh shit! I'm on fire.
Yeah, man, this interview is lit, bro.
What you get?
Carry on, DJ.
Up till season 3, you weren't able to beat him.
I'll be right back.
Eddie at that time was a 5-time IC champion, just coming off a feud with Okada and Tony over the world title. So, much like Lucha Rainbow, you had to deal with another former heavyweight champion, as well as a former light heavyweight champion. He didn't know about Tony. He didn't know about Eddie until after. In fact,
but I know of him.
In fact, wasn't it Eddie and Corvo who were the bridge between your two title reigns for the IC title? It's like DJ, Corvo, Eddie, then Tony. Fatal 4-way match. No, that's right. Corvo's retired. Corvo's retired. Bring him back for every fucking pay-per-view.
Okay. Question 11. You kind of touched on this already. What did you think of yours and I? Me and you as a team. What did you think of our brief stint as a Cali Art Connection, and then our feud together?
Do or die, try it out.
We didn't make it far at all.
First round done.
The best? No, we're not. We're not the best team at all.
You gonna ever try for the live tag titles? See if you can get the job done.
I'm good. Mm-hmm.
I think it was Unforgettable. Season 2.
Neo, what are you even doing?
I was just dropping off a car. I was just dropping stuff off at the nightclub. You were just preparing for what was to come next. It was like the show opener, wasn't it? I think it was the opener, because it was like the only match on the card that wasn't for a title. I'm trying to remember how many matches you've actually had together, singles.
Like 4, I think.
Yeah. And DJ's beat you every time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's that demon you just can't slay.
Or I could give a fuck about.
I mean, he might be the next one to chase down that world title of yours. Just saying.
He won't be.
Okay, what are we talking about now? I just came back. You and Cody have a rivalry?
Had.
We did.
It's an on and off kind of rivalry. It was just trying to one up each other.
What to say? Like.
All right. Well, next question. Let's move
Oh,
on.
really, Tony? You destroyed my vehicle. Okay.
It was Neo.
It was not.
Why does it say you did it then?
It was Neo.
I'm chasing down
You
DJ.
kicked me out of the vehicle. That was unfair.
Unfair! You kept stealing my fucking vehicle.
You left it open. You shouldn't
Oh
have
my
done
God.
that.
That's why I kicked you out of it, so you wouldn't keep doing it.
Anyway, next question. What was it like competing and then winning the second annual All-Stars tournament?
Twelve and 1. The only loss that you had was against Cheese. But at that time, there were also submissions worth 3 points. Loki Suzuki was hot on your tail the entire tournament, despite losing some of his matches. Well, did you? Nice. Oh god. Well, you're lucky that it wasn't the same ruling as season 3. Season 3, because that was whoever was tied would have to fight to represent their block at the pay-per-view, so they would have to double down on their matches. Like David had to defend. Huh? God dang it. Basically, I was saying you're lucky that the season 2 wasn't the same as season 3, because if you were tied at the top of the leaderboard in season 2, you would have had to refight Loki Suzuki to represent the V block. It was the main event. Yeah. Was it? Yeah. And then the second season was in Japan. Third season was in Japan. Who knows?
Will you
Who
fucking
knows?
stop? Right.
Who knows where season 4 is going to be? Haven't decided yet
Oh
where
my
All
damn
Stars
car.
will be.
My bad.
That's what I was thinking. Is like one of the brackets will be in Melbourne, the other in like Sydney or Brisbane. Chaos Mania 2. Straight onto the world title. Tony?
So what was it like main eventing Chaos Mania 2 against Gutta and then winning the world title?
I mean, Gutta was kind of your mentor back in season 1, basically teaming up with you for your first couple of matches, supporting you, being at ringside for your first singles fight, you know, stuff like that. And then you guys went on to feud for the undisputed tag team titles. He was Alpha, you were Alpha, he was Omega, and then he ended up beating you for the undisputed tag titles. What was it like almost a year later fighting for the undisputed world title? Oh god. Not do a false count anywhere match?
Why'd you ditch your vehicle?
I didn't ditch it, I blew it up.
No, I'm talking about DJ.
Move along, please.
That one will. Truth be told, didn't he pick the false count anywhere stipulation? That was him falling on his own end of the sword. Also, Gutta ending up going 0-2 at Chaos Mania. You went 2-0. So you basically beat two big names at your first two pay-per-views. Two first Chaos Manias. Both of them title fights. Yeah. That was like the AJ Wrestle Kingdom 10 one. Or 9 or whatever it was. It has to be safe for a special. Be safe for a special match. Are we gonna see the gas mask at Chaos Mania? I mean, Overload? Well, didn't you say that you wanted to go up against Joey for the streaks? I wouldn't say a stipulation, but
Question 14. How'd you feel going into the first 60-man Iron Man match against
60-minute.
Spike? 60-minute, yeah, excuse me. Yeah,
60-man Iron Man match. Oh my god, that would be a
60
clusterfuck, and I would want to watch it.
60-minute Iron Man match against Spike. How'd you feel?
That would last way too fucking long.
You know Spike should have won that, right? He should have.
About 20 minutes left. 20 minutes is when you started taking in. I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen that match.
I think we all decided to not watch that match again due to how fucking long it was.
Not to mention, then you go drive into a gas tank.
No, why the fuck would I do that? Basically the heaviest, I think.
Until the Golden Time effed off.
Oh, okay.
Because I think
Continue.
Golden Time was like 500 pounds. No.
No.
It was too much of a disappointment
Spike,
in Season 2.
So Spike was the heaviest in Season 3.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's just face it, Spike is like the fucking NCW equivalent of The Undertaker now.
Is he?
I wouldn't say that.
No.
Almost.
No.
The way he, you didn't see him fucking choke slam
That's like,
Angle?
that's like Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt can do that shit.
He's more like Bray Wyatt, if anything. Just, you know, less intelligent.
Yeah, because Bray Wyatt was like
That's savage.
Oh, Tony. I have a feeling Spike isn't going to be too happy with that.
Oh,
He's
fuck
coming
him.
for your world title. How dare you?
He can't beat me anyway.
He's going to shove his fingers down your throat.
That's Dave Rogers.
I thought Spike did that at one point too.
He switched it.
Oh.
His fingers were too big and he was just choking people.
Nice. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, so how'd you feel losing your world title and then later reclaiming it in your feud with Kim Phillips?
This is the All Stars champion.
Leo, come pick me up.
Yep. To keep World Elite out of it. No, Eddie and Corvo were beating you over and over. Ended the match in 4 minutes. He had a stomach bug. Smooth death. And
yeah, I think it was. Okay. Alright, so question 16. How did you feel having to defend the world title twice at the first annual NCW World Cup?
Pretty easily, might we add.
Hold up, Dio, let me get in.
If you have cops, I'm driving straight into the fucking gas tanks.
I don't have any. Why?
Maybe he just wasn't watching the video backstage.
Okay. So, after losing it, you kind of drop down into the mid card. Why don't you kind of elaborate on this? Tell us how you felt about that. From going from the main event picture to now a mere mid carder.
I wouldn't say mere, but
he was challenging for the US title when he was fighting for the world for like 8 months.
This motherfucker. Just answer the question, DJ.
He didn't actually cash it in. He earned a #1 contendership before the World Cup. That. Tony, you don't have the balls, Tony. The biggest fucking mistake you made. That world title eludes you to this very day. Oh, that US title.
Alright. Move on. Alright, so question 18. So being in the mid card, you know, kind of unsuccessful for a bit, but then you finally won the NCW live title and became a Grand Slam champion. Tell us what you know, how you felt about finally becoming a Grand Slam champion. God damn it.
Fucking DJ. It's interview's a disaster. Let's start over again.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
it definitely is a disaster, but who cares?
Like the Lance one wasn't any better.
I mean,
Yeah,
it was a little bit better.
Well, let's give DJ some credit here. At least he wasn't, kicking ass.
Keep your personal shit up in your mind.
All right, so after being in the mid card for a while and kind of being unsuccessful, you finally won the NCW live title and became a Grand Slam champion. Tell us how you felt about this accomplishment.
Even in the King of the Ring tournament. Actually, it led you to your first ever submission loss. To tortured your soul. Because I don't think Corvo tapped you out, he actually pinned you. He broke your jaw.
Okay. All right. So, question 19. You competed in the 3rd annual All Stars tournament. I think you're one of the few people to do it. So,
him and Andy Coxer, I think the only two have done that.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that? One of the few people to actually compete in all 3 since the concept.
And not to mention you came back as a last year winner. Did you feel there was more pressure on you this season? Or in season 3? You knew you couldn't get it by winning the All-Stars. Well, for good reason, because that was right around the corner from the return of the hardcore title.
Okay. So question 20. Winning the hardcore title in your return. What was that like to you? Yeah, when you returned. I think
Japan.
What was it from injury or from Japan?
Japan.
Okay.
Basically,
So
everyone returned from the All-Stars tournament, and then it's like, the Hardcore Summit was announced. And DJ just jumped on that.
So, yeah.
exactly that. Because we thought it was gone after the Reign of Outer Mayhem.
I'm glad he's done.
Yeah, really.
Kind of a grudge back from the start of Season 3 when you had that first match against each other. At that time, there were only a handful of titles that you'd never held, and that was the six-man tag and the US. It didn't even last one title defense, don't even start.
Tried to steal my fucking...
Yeah. Yeah, could you imagine me versus DJ for the fucking hardcore title? Well, your match against Corvo Jack kind of set Chaos Mania 3 into motion.
Yeah. So get out, Mia.
Because you versus
Go
Corvo
ahead,
for
go.
the right to face me. So, Corvo's one chance at the world title over your... whatever you were thinking.
Oh, Jesus, what the hell?
Which was one of your best matches against Corvo. Although Corvo did end up taking the, did end up getting another world title opportunity by beating the world champion in the Veterans Cup tournament, but you know that's when we'll interview Corvo. But anyway, back to back to what you were saying.
Next question.
Yeah.
So Chaos Mania 3, you had a match against Neo, which you beat him in, and you became the first NCW Hall of Famer. So what were your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that?
I said nobody was going to get into the Hall of Fame till season 5.
Uh-huh. I mean, there's a good handful of people I could already name that are going to be in there.
Oh yeah, Alexander Leonardo Davidson, Buckle
yourself
Morrison,
included.
fucking
Yes.
Gutter, Diz, Eddie Knight.
Yeah, just keep naming everyone else except for me.
Me at some point.
Well, your career is not exactly over yet, so
And well, neither is DJ's.
Yeah, but DJ's in the Hall of Fame, so it doesn't count. Oh, you mean Gutter and G's and all that? Yeah, I get it. Also, those tires are all busted, Tony. I wouldn't even try to drive that.
All right, go. Go ahead, DJ. Continue.
Yeah, we made the deal that if you lost that match, Gutter was gonna go in before you.
Let's find the car.
You gave it everything I had. I gave it just absolutely no effort. It wasn't that. It was just...
Man, where the fuck are you?
Speaking of that title opportunity, a lot of people thought you were going to go for that United States title. But you ended up... You chose Marco and Lopez to go for the six-man tag titles.
So that's leading into the next question, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how did you form the Bloody Impact first, and then winning the six-man titles with them?
Not to mention, again, taking another title from Gutter. Revenge. First, Tony. Oh, they just came off Chaos Mania losing a #1 contenders match for the tag titles. I mean, you were beating former six-man tag team champions on the build to Fighting Public Enemy. I mean, I think you beat Death Club, you beat World Elite, you beat Unstable to prove that you belonged against the Public Enemy.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
It's over! Gotta reload!
Mm-hmm. Well, for some strange reason, every time we go into a new season, you've always got your hands on some gold. From season 1 to season 2, you were and then you went from undisputed to world heavyweight in season 2 to 3, and then you went to six-man tag champion to six-man tag champion. Well, it's just a title that we weren't going to change, so... The Super Six-Man Tag Team titles.
Okay. Shall I move on to the next question?
Sure.
Alright. So, question 23. How did you feel losing the six-man titles to Bounty Hunters? And then, after that, you added 2 more members to Bloody Impact.
I thought they added the 2 members then lost, but...
Okay, it might be the other way. Well, you added 2 people to Bloody Impact, and then you lost the six-man titles, so tell us about that.
No, we don't know, that's why we're asking.
Yeah, I know nothing of it.
I mean, you were beating all these other 6-man teams. The Bounty Hunters was just the one on the list you haven't beat.
Yeah.
They crossed you off list.
Yeah, so how do you feel? So in that match, you got eliminated first. So how did you like? What was your thought process on that? Like, did you feel like less of a leader because of it?
Or was it a sign to say that maybe it was time Marco and Lopez went off on their own to do more successful things in the tag division? Currently, does live champion again. Junior heavyweight. Money for chaos.
Yeah, and they were successful in winning the tag team titles at the wildcard tournament. So as a
but it was against 2 of the members that they beat for the 6-man tag titles.
And also it was against Gutta. The fact that they beat Gutta, how do you feel about that?
Following your footsteps.
Alright, and then so what are your future goals now as a single star and with Bloody Impact? I mean, the United States Championship, you still haven't won that yet. Yup.
I mean, if you win the Money for Chaos, there'd be only one thing for you left to win, and that would be the King of the
World
Ring.
title back. Oh, yeah, King of the Ring. Forgot about that.
I'm just talking about special match-wise.
Idiots.
Unless somehow you can get into the World Cup. You'd have to win the US title for that to happen.
Alright.
Get wrecked, son.
Yeah, he's got the live Marco and Eric have the tag.
They got the
TJ has yet to get anything yet, but
I mean, he did get put through that table against Cody Hagan, so could be a. I'm sure he's got revenge on the mind, and I'm pretty sure he's cheering for Cody Hagan to win that IC title to settle the score with him.
another one? Who?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You're funny. That's a long shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the only person you gotta worry about. You know, if Alex wins,
You gotta worry
you got
about
Alex
Alpha on
and
your
then
ass.
Alpha. So, if anything, I'm the least of your worries. Oh, DJ's firing shots. He hates Alpha. He
He's
said
not
Alpha
scared of
sucks.
Alpha's not scary enough for the bloody impact.
All right. Well, you have your own eFed, or you have your own company, NXW. What are your goals with that? And first off, let's. It used to be a part of NCW, but then you broke away. So what do you plan on doing with NXW? As you go on. Yeah, that's the last time. Last time I checked, that's what it was.
345, yeah. There's a lot of companies that want that. I mean, the closest to me, I think, is GPW right now. So. Although they just did pass 900 followers on Twitter, so I gotta catch up to them on that part.
All right. Well, that is all of my questions. Do you guys have any off the top that you'd like to ask them?
If you did go for the live tag title, who would you want to team up with?
You dick!
Old rival, kind of friend, someone from your past that's not on the roster right now.
Oh wow.
Be an interesting little treat.
You think he'd want the team? Do you think he'd want the team with you again?
I mean, you did put a knife in his back, you did betray him over the Cruiserweight title. Let's just say you wouldn't do it again for something bigger like the World. Maybe he'd be the one sticking the knife in your back this time.
Oh, you just got over that wall in time, buddy.
pretty much. Jesus Christ.
Shit.
How do we always end up on the beach fighting the cops in this, like, doing chaos conversation?
I mean, because that's just life, you know?
Don't
just
be
chaos.
shooting rockets at my fucking truck, dude. Come on.
Bitch.
Just having
What happened?
fun here. Don't shoot rockets at my dang truck.
That's what you get for
I mean-
driving around in a hick truck.
In a hick truck.
It's a monster truck.
I just punched a cop on a bridge.
Just fucking killed DJ. I punched you at the right time, man. Any other questions? Any questions off the top?
I'm pretty sure people are concerned about how you book an XW, but we'll get to that on another day.
Why you
There's
so
not-
ugly?
There's not enough time in the fucking world on how people see your booking. Eee.
Well, I think we can call it with the interview. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Our second guest, the first ever NCW Hall of Famer, DJ Young, the X Factor. Former Intercontinental Champion, former 3-time Light Heavyweight Champion, 2-time Cruiserweight Champion, former Tag Champion, former Undisputed Champion, former World Heavyweight Champion, former 6-Man Tag Team Champion, and the current leader of the Bloody Impacts, former Live and Hardcore Champions. Be easy to just describe what he hasn't won. And also the 2019 All-Stars Tournament winner. And you can follow him on Twitter at... DJ, plug yourself.
DJ.
That's why I told you to do it, because I don't remember it.
Hold on.
You can follow NCW on Twitter at NCWXTIEME. You can follow Tony Lee Williams on Twitter at TLW_1221. You can
Follow me, hoes.
You can follow David, but he'll just rage at you for some strange reason. At
Really?
Hardcore Icon DC. And you can also
I
subscribe
told you all that.
You can also subscribe to DJ's NXW on YouTube. Yeah, and that's pretty much the show. Also, I'm sure we'll throw out another vote to see who you guys will want to see on episode 3 as our guest.
It'll probably be sometime tonight.
Probably.
When I
most
put it
likely.
together.
We just got to figure out who do we want to put. Yeah, Corvo, Alex Wolf.
Yeah, well,
Nah.
Fuck all of you.
no, we'll definitely.
Why am I
We'll,
always the butt of everyone's jokes here? Like, all
Oh yeah.
no, I will, because I was gonna put him in it the first time and just it didn't give me the option to, unfortunately.
Well, we made the mistake of putting Jaden on that list.
Yeah, true. Anyway, go
Anyway,
ahead.
that's
End
been
it.
it for Chaos Conversation episode 2. Tune in next time for NCW Live episode 56. Until then, this is Neo Extreme, Tony Lee Williams, David Cassidy, and DJ Young saying goodbye, good night, good luck, and see you later. Adios.